Hi, welcome to the Loopy Yarn Corner. Today we're going to be going over the double crochet stitch. Now this is a bit of a tricky stitch to get started, but bear with me and we'll figure it out. So to start off with, you need your slip knot. Boom. And then we're going to chain, let's see here. We're going to chain 17. Now to do this, you want to chain the number of stitches that you want, followed by an extra 2 stitches, because the double crochet stitch is a taller stitch, and you're going to have to account for that. And the crochet and the chain allowances on this, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. Okay. So here we go, we're going to chain 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll see that as I'm chaining, I'm climbing up the chain with my thumb and middle finger. 6, is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, that's 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now, we want to work into the 4th stitch from the hook, the 4th chain from the hook. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one we want to work into. And to do the double crochet stitch, you're going to yarn over first. So yarn over, just like that. 1, 2, 3, this stitch right here, this chain right here, sorry. Go through, yarn over, pull back, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over again and pull through just the first 2. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, and pull through the last 2. And there's your double crochet stitch. Okay, let's do that again. Into the next stitch. Here we go. Yarn over, insert to the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and now you have 3. Yarn over, pull through the next 2. Now you have 2. Yarn over, pull through the last 2. And that's another double crochet stitch. We're going to keep going all the way until the end of the row, and then I'll show you how to start the next one. Okay, I have 2 more double crochets to go. So yarn over, insert, yarn over again, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and try not to split your yarn, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay, so there's our first row of double crochet stitches. Now, these chains here at the edge, the chain 2, chain 3, I think it was a chain 2. It was supposed to be a chain 3. The chains here at the edge count as a double crochet stitch. So when we come to this edge over here, and we're getting ready to go to the next row, we need to chain 3, and that will count as our first double crochet stitch for the next row. Chain 3 and turn. Now that we've done our chain 3, yarn over to prepare for the next double crochet. Now, when you look at the top here, you're gonna wanna go into this first V, but if you look, we want each stitch to sit on top of a stitch in the bottom row. And if our first 3 chains over here count as our first stitch, this V leading to this column, this stitch here, already has a stitch on top of it. So we're gonna skip that first V and we're gonna go into the next one. So yarn over, and instead of going into this V right here, we're gonna go into this next one right here and work our double crochet. Does that make sense? Did I explain it easily enough? So now, if you look at it, this bar has a bar on top of it, and this bar has a bar on top of it. And then we're gonna work this bar. Like so. And then that is the double crochet in the top row for the double crochet down here. So as you go, in order to keep it, unless you're purposely working in shapes, which is more advanced and we'll get into that later, you want to make sure that all of your corners are squared and even, and that each stitch from the previous row has a stitch on top of it. If you remember, I'm gonna unravel here for a second. If you remember, when we did the single crochet, we chained 1, turned, and kept going. Now, the reason we could do that is because a chain 1 is not really big enough to count as its own stitch. But if you were to chain 1, turn, and keep going here, the next double crochet would be folded over onto itself, and I'll show you what that looks like. See? It's clumpy and it's all stuck together and it's folded over onto itself. If we keep going, you'll see that it's kind of bending because the single crochet is too short. See, it's a lot shorter than this next double crochet over here because the single crochet is dragging it down. So that's what we don't want to do. So you'll notice as we go on that this method leaves holes in the sides of your work, and we'll move forward a little bit and I'll show you what that looks like. But there's a way to combat that. So we'll get there in a second. So I'm gonna do another few rows and we'll speed it up, and then we'll come back to you and I'll show you what it looks like to have the holes in the side of your work. So before I speed it up, just to reiterate, we're gonna chain 3, and I've already chained 1 here. So chain 2, chain 3, and turn. And then we're gonna yarn over and work not into this first V, but into the next one. And we're gonna yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. Yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. And that is our double crochet stitch. So I'll see you in a minute after I've sped it up. Okay, so before I get any further, there's something I forgot to mention. when you get to the end of your row here, I just worked into the last V at the top of the work, and it looks like you're done. But if you count the stitches, each stitch has a bar above it. Here we go. Match, 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 match. And then we have a bar over here that doesn't have anything above it. So in order to keep things even, you're gonna yarn over and work into that chain, because this is our chain 3 space from when we turned. You're gonna yarn over and work into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's what you'll repeat for the rest of the rows. So I'm gonna cut here and we'll come back after I've gotten a whole bunch more done so you can see what the stitch looks like. Okay, and there we have it. You can see I skipped a stitch down here, and I think I did that on camera. So if you caught that, I'm very sorry. That's not something you're supposed to do. When you skip a stitch at the beginning of the row, but not at the end of the row. So I'll probably throw a message on the screen when it happens, pointing it out. But I wanted to apologize. So this is the end of our double crochet video. I'm going to chain 1, pull it through, tighten it off, and snip. And that's that. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. The next video in our series of how to crochet is going to be about the half double crochet. Oh, and before I forget, you see these holes in the sides of the work? There is a way to avoid that. I'm going to link a video in the description of this video, so just scroll down and you can click on it. It's a video, it's not by me, but I think they do a wonderful job of explaining how to fix this issue. So go give that a watch whenever you're ready, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.